I don't. Oh, yeah, where we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Book Asylum podcast. I am Jack Childress. That temporarily is Kristen Vincent. Over there is Jenn Amato, potato, tomato, amato. Almost wrecked it that time. Dungeondan Uebel, my main man out in Puerto Rico, Angel Ramon, rocking that fresh shirt that I see right there. We know that come from Mr. Clark Morris. That's a beautiful piece on you there, sir. Got one myself. This week on the show, we've got the legendary, and I am not even playing with you when I say legendary, the man with the Mustang, the Zombie Road King, the one and only David A. Simpson. What is going on, my man?
Like that.
Welcome. We're so glad to have you.
Thank you.
Man,
Thank you.
So how are things up there on the old mountainside?
Man, they're good. I am trying to find the link to share on here, and I'm having trouble since I'm technically challenged.
I'm going to send it to you.
That'd be awesome. Thank you.
That'll work. Yeah, because you'll have to be on Facebook now.
Okay.
Because, yeah, that's where it is currently streaming. There it is right there.
You know why you're doing that? I just realized I'm wearing the wrong
I just put
shirt.
it on.
I should be having my Zombie Road shirt on right now.
Go change.
You have a zombie.
I could do it in front of y'all.
Oh. Yes, he does.
For work.
He does have a Zombie Road shirt. This is a true story.
I am gonna go ahead and jump off here.
Yep. Hang on. Let me take back over control. We got all excited, got to talking and everything.
Now the show goes to shit.
Now you can bail out.
But yeah, y'all have an awesome day, and I look forward to rewatching the video and everything and catching up.
Very cool. Go tell your brother hi.
Yes, y'all take care.
Bye. All righty. Well, they did stop the recording part, but we are still live. So
well, that's a bummer, but oh well.
Yeah. Anyway, carrying on with the show, dude. Zombie Road is like one of the top 3, top 2, top 1 zombie series out there. You brought something fresh, unique, over the top is an understatement. And you've got a freaking following behind you now that is just loyal to the nth degree. Where did it begin? How did it all start? We'll keep it simple.
I used to drive a truck, so I would listen to a lot of audiobooks, man, mostly post-apocalyptic and zombie stuff, because that's what I'm into. Okay. And a lot of them were, indie. And as we all know, some indie books are freaking fantastic, man, and some aren't. And I would go home and complain to my wife, like, oh my God, dude, the hero was so dumb, why did he do that? Doesn't even know a gun, I go home and complain about it. And she finally got tired of hearing me and said, why don't you just write your own book if you can do better? And I'm like, by golly, I will. So that's where that came from.
By golly, I will.
Wow.
So you were basically dead.
More or less like, you were kind of dared into it, like.
It's that wife thing that we do where we're like, well, if you think you're so much better at it, you do it. It's kind of a challenge. It's a challenge.
But you mean it well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I am a huge, huge freaking fan of that series. And honestly, with the way you put it all together and the way it evolves, because I mean, this story, this series truly does evolve. You start off with it's zombie. It's zombie. It's a truck stop, terror and horror and people getting eaten. But by the time you get to the end of this thing, you have gone on a massive journey and encountered some incredible things. How much of that had you already thought through before you put the first word down?
I planned the story out for about 2 years before I started writing it. And I think that is possibly one reason why there's a lot of foreshadowing. Like in the very first book, it tells you what the whole series is about in the very first paragraph, but you don't really understand that until probably book 5 or 6. And if you catch it, it's like, oh snap, that's what he meant by that, So I knew where I was going the whole time. I had a pretty good outline.
Okay, so in that case, the Doctor Who, that's a Doctor Who move right there. the answer's right in front, right at the beginning, but 6 seasons later, that's when you figure it out going, holy shit. The Easter eggs have been all along this track and now it's all coming together. How did I not see it?
Stuff like that, man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, J.K. Rowling was good with that. And I just loved her foreshadowing and her characters. And you go back and reread, it's like, with Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling, and it's like, oh yeah, dude, that's what she meant. This throwaway sentence wasn't really a throwaway sentence.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's just brilliant storytelling. I loved the reason I got so involved with Zombie Road was, everybody tries to come up with something new for why the zombies are there. And you just went left field and it worked perfect. I thought that was brilliant. It's like, you know what? We'll just say the Middle Eastern guys got pissed off and thought this is how they would win. And payback was sweet.
I'm a veteran, man. So when I started writing Zombie Road, there was a whole lot of stuff going on in the Middle East. My son was stationed over there. Both my sons went over there. And so it was just, things were bad in the world situation back then. And that was why I decided to, okay, we use Nazis. There's been biker enemies. There's been, the rich white guys, the oligarchs, the Russians. Everybody's been a bad guy. Let's just have a
everyone.
Yeah.
So now, one of the things that I found so fascinating with yours is you made your zombies a lot different than what we're used to. I mean, they're almost, I guess, close in a way to like World War Z. But I think yours versus those would just destroy them in a one-on-one, just full-on fight. But did you go through like a back and forth, like, okay, what kind of zombies do I want to use? Or did you just already know, man, mine are going to just be lethal?
Well, from what the virus is and what it does to people, I mean, they have to be like that. They have to be fast and brutal and just they're super soldiers.
And that was the other part of that. Other part of that question I was wanting to add in there was, did you have more than one idea for how the Middle East was going to start this situation besides what you went with? Because what you went with was brilliant. I mean, knowing us as people was brilliant. But did you have other thoughts? Like instead of this, you were going to do something else?
No, that was pretty much it. How do you infiltrate all of society? And, with a long plan, not just, we're going to do this, let's go blow up a building. It was just a long 10-year plan they had. And, with the help of certain politicians in the States, they pulled it off.
Not to be the conspiracy guy, but that's totally plausible.
I was going to say, not far off from reality at all.
I don't disagree, Dungeondan. I don't. It's possible.
You never know with this world that we live in. So
who knows? It may be happening right now.
Could be. Might be a zombie outside my window in 10 minutes. Never know. Never know.
His name's Fred. He's not a zombie.
Oh.
Just a crackhead.
Oh, that would explain the pipe. I
thought you were in Tennessee, not Florida.
We're close enough. Yeah, we're close enough. Anyway, you've done some side stories from the Zombie Road universe. Now, of all the side stories that have been written, which is your favorite?
The Feral Children. I really like that. See, Wesley Norris wrote that before he died. And basically the Feral Children are just it was in one chapter of Zombie Road, I think the 5th book, about these kids who are surviving in this wild animal safari park, except the animals aren't wild. The bears were bottle fed, the panthers think they're kittens, the wolves are just big dogs, basically. And they can't survive on their own. They don't know how to hunt. And the kids can't survive because they're the only ones left. The oldest kid's like 14 and they don't know how to live. And they just work together and they really become bonded to their spirit creatures or spirit animals. And the wolf girl, the guy that rides the bear, and they just survive in this apocalypse and go through some hard times. And, I like John Wayne stories, man. I like happy endings. So I guess that's a spoiler because I don't like killing main characters. I know some of you guys are brutal. Angel. But I like my characters and I don't like to kill them all. You know, John Wayne never dies, man. He might go through some rough stuff, but in the end, you know he's going to make it.
Comes out of there in one piece. Now, of characters that you've killed, have you had one, without giving away, if there is one, that you knew you had to do it, but it was just eating you up inside?
Man, here's some spoilers, I guess. If
Oh,
you
no.
read Zombie Road before you read Children, there are some characters in there that are not alive. Yeah, I killed some characters, but then I don't want to,
Yeah, that's hard to answer, isn't it?
Mhm.
We all know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But darn it, it's
Damn,
hard
Jack.
questions. I
Put 'em
know
on
it's always
spot.
Yeah, I know
always the
Jack
damn
did
hard
The
that great
answer's in the
job.
first paragraph of the first book.
exactly.
There you
It's right
go.
there. Just figure it out. Now people will be going out to buy the book for no other reason to sit there and stare at that first paragraph and try to figure out what it means, and they're not going to get it. I'm telling you, I don't think anybody could really sit down that's never read the series, read that first paragraph, and figure it out. I think you hit it so well that it's really not visible until you get more information, until you know more about what's going on. Then you go back and read it and go, oops,
Pegged
there it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just brilliant, man. It was absolutely brilliant. Now, I've been trying to hold out on getting to like some of the cool, exciting stuff, but you've already been posting some pictures online of screenshots from the upcoming VR Zombie Road video game.
Oh,
Man,
hell yeah.
what
Very
has
exciting.
this process been like for you? Especially with you
Man,
not being
it's-
technologically savvy. You're sitting there watching all this stuff get created, and you're like,
Dude, I still haven't even shared this post with the fan club. Did somebody send me a link? Anyway, or this podcast.
I
how
put it
would-
on your Facebook page.
yeah, it's on Facebook.
All right, thank you. Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
Jim. Appreciate
You're welcome.
that. I can't do two things at once.
I can't
I know
do
what was
one
it-
thing.
Why they have a
Uh,
girl on the show? Because neither can any of these idiots.
I was gonna say we can't do shit without
Right.
Jen.
He's not wrong.
I always knew I was right to get a woman on the show.
Yep,
There you
Jack.
go,
Best
there you go.
decision you made.
I think Jeff made it.
No, he didn't, because I got Patty first.
Okay.
Ooh.
Anyway.
Anyways, the
David.
game. Please
Oh,
tell us
yes.
about the game.
They thought it was a cool concept, and they approached me if they could, get the rights to it, and I mean, that's the Reader's Digest version. It's a big, long, convoluted 2-year-long story where I've been trying to make this happen. There was another video game in the works. It didn't happen. There's been TV series in the works. That didn't happen. I'm constantly
Yes, I
trying
remember.
because I believe the series is a good series, and I just keep pushing. And my producer, I have really good producers and agents, and they keep pushing too. And anyway, we finally hit a studio that was willing to take it on because they saw the potential in it. So we signed some contracts, man. I've been down to their headquarters. It's really cool. Right now it's released October 31st, and I'm probably going to do a premiere here in Atlanta at the local Megaverse place. It's one of those places you got to go pay your $10 and play. You get 10 minutes play. You put the headsets on. You got these hand things. The wind blows. The floor shakes. It's really intense. I went down to their headquarters and I was playing some other
Nice.
games they had, and oh my God, dude, you're up in the air and you're looking down, and I'm against the wall because it's like, crap, I don't want to fall, and I'm edging along. And I know I'm on this flat surface in this room, but my brain is telling me I am 500 feet in the air and there's cars flying around. And that wasn't Zombie Road, it's a different game, but it's the same principle, man.
Yeah.
It's wild. Your brain tricks you.
So now you
So
had
it's coming
posted.
out.
Oh no, go ahead.
It's coming out October 31st. It's only in the Megaverse centers. They're in different cities, and it's about 10 minutes long. I'm going to do episodes. We're going to do basically it's a long story. We're going to do episode 1 is the Three Flags truck stop. Episode 2 is escaping in the semi trucks. Episode 3 I haven't written yet. But But then once we get all the episodes, they're going to make a home version of it, probably to be released next year.
Nice.
Release it.
So cool.
Yes.
I'm going to actually have to invest in a freaking VR setup now. Dang
I
it.
know.
too.
Same here.
Because yeah,
It's
I've got
insane,
to,
man. It's just, I don't know.
I mean, the graphics just from, you know, the early stuff that you've shown, it looks like it's going to be beautiful when it's all put together. Now, I saw where you posted about you're going to have 2, you know, lucky winners that are going to get to be in the game. Have you got those winners yet?
No, we didn't have time to insert them into the game because of the time constraints of it.
Oh,
And yeah, we're still going to do it, but they want to do that for like the home release game, not just the where you have
okay.
the Megaverse. So the marketing team really likes that idea. They really want to do it, but they said, we don't have time to insert these people right now because we got to do the facial scans and all this, and they said, no, let's just do what we got planned because we're on a tight schedule already. So I kind of jumped the gun on that. That was my bad. That was before the marketing team came in and reined me in. No, you can't do that. You know,
But that's still cool. I
it
mean,
used to
because
be
it's
just-
still an
Yeah, it
option.
is.
It's still an option. It's just a little bit later than what originally was intended, but it's still going to happen and it's still an option. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Mhm.
You know, and I mean, that's really cool for like the 2 people that get to do that. I mean, you're just like a regular Joe with your job, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
you're like, I'm in a video game, man. See, that one ups
Yeah,
me even on being in books and stuff. Like, that's big time right there. So now their role, and for some reason I'm still kind of hung up on it a little bit. They're going to act as like guides, right? Like kind of leading the character or leading the person along as they play through the game.
Right. Since I went and played a bunch of these games, the Megaverse centers, and there's different kind of games, and some of them are like escape room games, and you're in the dark with a flashlight and you're trying to find clues. And I said, man, I don't want my game to be like that. I want you to jump in and grab guns and kill zombies. I want, just stuff blowing up and just things exploding. I just want action, just a fun game that doesn't take you 10 minutes to figure out how to play. So I come up with the idea of having guides like NPCs tell you what to do. Gunny's going to be there, and the 2 winners in the video game are going to be, his sidekicks saying, get those guns. And you can't progress in the game until you go over there and pick up the guns. So somebody's going to tell you what to do, so you're not stumbling around like wasting 5 minutes of your hard-earned cash, because these things ain't cheap. $10 for 10 minutes, basically, trying to figure out what to do.
Shoot.
I hated that when I played some of those games.
I bet. So once you get we'll go to the home release, you get the home release out. Do you think if it does even at least okay that you might decide to go and make another one, but maybe follow along with the children a little bit, get to work the animals more into it? Because I think it'd be cool to be VR riding on the back of a bear. I mean, come on. I'm the bear.
I agree.
Yes. Well, here comes some of the legal mumbo jumbo.
Oh boy.
They bought Zombie Road, but not Feral Children.
Ah.
Been interested in Feral Children, graphic novels. They want to do anime, but nobody's bought the rights to that yet, so it's still up in the air.
Well, darn it.
I see. Yeah.
It got me all excited on that end because I was like, oh, the fair, you could get the bear.
Yeah,
And, but,
No, I agree. Bummer.
maybe in the future. Future.
Yes.
Just real quick, I want to shout out to Anthony Castro, who has not been able to come on today, but he is watching. Say hey. Hi.
Hey, Anthony, what's up, man?
George DaCosta, he's a very big fan of indie authors and stuff like that. He is also watching. Hey, George. Appreciate you watching.
Yo, girl Jana's out there too.
Yeah, it looks like my son Vinny is watching as well. Hi, buddy.
Oh, nice. Alan,
Nice.
we got a few eyes on the prize over here.
We do.
Hello, Carl Meadows. Glad
Oh,
you
no.
make it bloke.
Oh God.
Here we
Oh
go.
God, stop it.
Yeah, he literally in a private chat that is like the Ring family or whatever. I said something about how much he loves it when I do that, and he just
Nobody
came
likes
back.
it when you do that.
Nobody
He-
does.
He came back
Right.
in parentheses. He had whispers, and then beside it, it said, "I'm gonna cut you, Jack." So I'm like,
Oh boy.
that's
Thank you,
why
Carl.
that's why I keep doing it. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I
'Cause
call
it's
your
bad.
bluff.
because it's bad.
Yes.
All right, now if somebody like me in particular here, Dan, Jen, not so much anymore. Hell, she's working on her third book, for freak's sake. But for someone new trying to get into this, especially with the way you started, what's the first piece of advice you would give them?
Write it. I mean, everybody probably has the same advice to new guys. Just sit down and write it.
Yeah.
Now, when you were going through,
how'd you guys write your first?
well, I think with all three of us, it was peer pressure, and in
It
Jen's
was
case, it was a threat.
bullying and
Mhm.
yes, threats of bodily harm.
Oh, in
and
fact, what's
bullying.
Oh,
funny,
stop it.
I
Stop it.
noticed in
didn't-
the,
I didn't threaten you.
I noticed
That's
in
just-
the ad that you were actually in a photograph holding said instigator's book, and it was James Dean is who did that to her. And you was one of
Yes.
the photos, you're sitting there with a James Dean book,
Yes.
and it's him there.
He
It's
was
like,
he
who
said
did
if
it.
I didn't write my first book by the time he got done with his third, that he was gonna whoop my butt. But I finished.
And we
I
all
finished.
know Jen wants him to. spank
I'm
her.
like, okay, no.
All right. That sounds great.
No butt whooping.
Yeah. Oh no, I didn't get it done. That's a lie. I really did get it done. But yeah, now
Yeah.
I can't stop, and I'm on my
It-
third book.
it's hanging up right back there. There it is. Hanging on the wall, which reminds me,
Yep,
I've got to
right
get
there.
me a zombie road to get that bad boy framed and get it slapped up here, along with all these other amazing freaking authors,
You know,
some of which
funny
a little more demented.
Funny story for you, Jack.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
David, you're not going to remember this, but one morning I get a phone call. I'm hung the fuck over, and it's David Simpson. And during that phone call, he goes, "Hey, don't tell anybody, but if you don't have a paperback version of Zombie Road, you better order it, because they're going to make me take out the whole fucking." I don't want to. You know how hard it is for a military guy not to say certain words, to take out the Middle Eastern guys. So I ordered it right away. So I got my one copy. I have it on Kindle, and I have them all on Audible. So I wound up ordering mine then, but it was just kind of a weird thing that he just happened to call me that day. You were calling me about the blurb on Alina's book, her first book.
So, okay.
You're getting permission to use it. I didn't even fucking remember saying it.
Mm.
That's how bad off I was that night.
Damn, teetotal like a song, bitch.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. That was a
Woo,
bad
what a
one.
story.
Some of the greatest quotes, man, or not pull quotes, but review quotes from other writers. Yours was great. Didn't we use that on Alice in Dystopia, I think?
Yes, that's the one, Alice in Dystopia. The quote was,
Shoot,
"It's just like the road, only with lesbians."
Uh,
By Clay the Fame.
Yeah, I think I remember that one. Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh, is it on the back cover? It's Gucci's first book is a
Yeah, it's
dark,
back
mingling
cover.
horror, fantasy, eroticism, and violence. It's most definitely not for this. Oh no, here it is. Dungeondan. It's like the road, just with lesbians.
That is freaking cool, man.
It's either lesbians
that
or
is
Pornhub
cool.
with him every time. Lesbians
Actually,
or Pornhub.
you can just go ahead and combine the two and add Asian, and you just hit my whole day.
Everything. You run the
Boom.
gamut.
Les Hub.
Military guys.
Oh my God.
Nobody on this show has any sense.
Mm-mm.
Thank God for
No.
that.
No,
Though.
but that's what we make about it.
It's always a good time. It's always a good time. Now,
Yep.
David, who are some of your favorite writers that you just, if they put something out, you got to get it?
Man.
Yeah, put them on the spot
I
again.
used to have
Again, I did.
Boom.
I did.
I used to have a cadre that I'd always buy, but my life is so insane right now. I don't truck anymore. I retired.
Uh-huh.
I'm a full-time writer, so I don't read anymore. I don't have any, I used to just listen to audiobooks all the time, but now I've got audiobooks people have sent me, man, like Jamie Hernandez. And I'm trying to work my way through it, but I live on a mountain, man. I never go anywhere. When I do go somewhere, I don't have time to listen to audiobooks. It's just, anyway, I don't have any I used to read anything Shellman put out, Eric Shellman, Mark Tufo. To me, those are like the godfathers of indie Zombie.
Mm-hmm.
You ever
But
get into
I-
like
I-
Chris Philbrook?
Yeah, I've got Adrian's Under a Diary. I've read most of those.
Sweet,
I
sweet.
met him at a convention also, man. Nice guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Oh yes.
You know, Eric Shelman surprised me. I only knew him as the narrator for
Me too.
Zombie Road and Feral Children. Last week I finished up his camera series because I picked it up on the Audible. And right now I'm in the one, what's this one called? It's the one with the zombie gators. It's amazingly good.
Yeah.
What is it? Zombie War Chronicles. That guy can really write some good stories. So
Yeah, he was the fellow who was instrumental in getting me started when I actually had something to write and didn't know what to do. It was Eric. He got me started. He showed me how.
I don't know if you'll know
And,
this, but was he a
is
writer
gonna be in the
before a
video game,
narrator?
too. Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, he's doing
Yeah.
a video game?
He was. Well, he's the voice of Gunny in the video game.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I wanted him to be the voice because he's the voice of Zombie Road, and they go like, well, we're going to use we have our own in-house team, and we don't want to really spend the money. I'm like, dude, I'll pay him myself. Eric has to be the voice of Gunny in Zombie Road. So I sent Eric the script, and he did all the lines and sent it to him, and he had to record his face as he said everything. So his face is basically the face of Gunny because they used all his expressions.
Badass.
That is kind of cool, though. I mean, to think that you may have had a different Gunny face in your own head, and yet it turns out to be your narrator. I mean,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
So-
I really wanted him in it, man. I'll pay for him myself. I don't care. It just he has to be Gunny. I don't want somebody else being Gunny.
No, that would ruin it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For me, it would ruin it.
Yeah, for me, I mean, for anybody that's listening to the audiobooks, it's going to ruin it. I mean,
Yeah.
like, we're going to be like, wait a minute. Oh, unless they can
Yeah,
actually
this isn't
pull the
him.
voice off. I mean, they've got to actually be able to do the voice.
I have
It-
such a hard time with audiobooks. I cannot focus on what's going on. I have to have the book in hand or reading
Yeah,
it.
I'm with you. I agree, Jen. Yeah.
I'm garbage
Well,
on
for somebody who
audiobooks.
drove around the city all the time, audiobooks were the best way to get through and be caught up with all my favorite authors. So
Darn
it worked out
skippy.
perfectly.
I will never be caught up because I am such a particular reader, and I have to have the book or I have to have it. I can read it on Kindle, but I can't listen to it because I'll want to do other things and stop paying attention. But
Yeah,
for the most
I
part,
feel your pain, Jen. I'm actually the same way.
for the most part,
I'm
I'll
over-
sit here and have a to be read list until I die.
I think we
I'll
all
have
do.
one for my great grandchildren. It's just that long. So it's unfortunate, but I really wish that I could get into the Audible because
know.
I mean, the way you guys talk about the narrators and how I've listened to a couple and a lot of them do really bring the story to life.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just can't. I have my own, as they're trying to speak how the characters are talking, I have my own idea, and that's what's
Yeah.
going on in my head. So
Well, you're not allowed to do that.
apparently
Leave that to the narrator. Leave that to the narrator. Darn it. What's wrong with you?
I'm a girl. That's what I
You know,
do.
but that does beg the question. How many different narrators did you go through before you wound up with Eric?
None.
He was the first
I
one.
sought him out and asked him if he would do it. Yeah, he's the only one.
Oh, wow.
I listened to his
Wow,
audio,
lucky you. Wow, sweet.
and I listened to his audiobooks, and he had that slight Southern twang,
Mhm.
And he had, I would write voices in Zombie Road, and his new ones he's narrating the Solar Tsunami just to mess with him. Okay, she's a Middle Eastern girl who was raised but is American, and she has a Middle Eastern accent, and she's 17 years old. Let's see if you can do it. Bam, he nails it.
Wow.
I have
Very
Russians,
good.
I have Chinese guys, I have he has a repertoire of voices that are unreal, and his
must be
females sound like
great.
females. They don't sound like Mickey Mouse.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's the one thing
That's
that really
impressive.
Prices are
irritates me.
reasonable for you guys.
I can't stand it when guys are, Yeah, I mean, there's only so much a man can do to sound like a woman. Granted, some women do sound like men, but there's only so much you can do to sound like a woman. And it's like when they miss the mark so bad.
Oh my
bad.
God, I'm Jen.
my
I'm
God.
mad. I'm gonna punch you. Mm.
Yeah, I as much as he tried to make in Epic Mayhem, as much as that narrator tried to make me
Matt
sound,
Crow.
yeah,
Matt Crow.
he did as best as he could. He was very professional, and he definitely attempted. But I'm like, I don't really sound like that. We're just like, you can't really grab that feminine. I think it's hard for a man to grab that feminine energy and be able to put that in a voice structure.
That's called having a dick.
I don't think that's just the only thing, because there's some
And
men
balls.
who are in touch with their feminine side, and they can pull from that.
They aren't men. Those are called metros.
That's not
Yeah.
true.
Mhm.
Am I wrong,
We're go-
David?
We're gonna start.
Hold
We're
on.
about to start an
I don't know,
I'm gonna
man.
go get a Bud Light.
Listen to the conversation.
Yeah, he's gonna get a Bud Light.
Gonna get a Bud Night.
I mean, on there's a plus side. I don't drink the White Claw.
There is that.
Nobody
Got
should
that
drink
one good
that.
thing going for you. No,
Yeah,
she's
no.
usually like just mainline and straight tequila, right in her freaking
It's-
forearm. Like, let's
It's
just go.
Tito's. It's Tito's. It's vodka.
Okay,
It's,
my bad. Hey, and at least Tito's shout out, no free promos, but
Right.
they got the animal charities and all that. That's
Mhm.
really cool that they do that.
they
I
do
like
their
that.
they do their good stuff, but and they make
Well,
their
hell,
good stuff.
Well, hell,
David-
going off of that.
Go ahead.
Oh no, go. No, you go ahead.
Oh, all right. David, do you still participate in Cannonball?
Mm.
You still
What's
drive?
that?
I was gonna
Cannonball
say,
Run?
Oh yeah, yeah.
what is this?
Can't talk about it. Shh.
I don't do it. I can say whatever the fuck
Is
I
it like
want.
Fight Club?
Yes.
More or
I guess
less,
it's like
yeah.
Fight Club.
Yeah.
First real Fight Club.
Look, if
Mhm.
somebody was going to break protocol, I'm the guy that does it.
All right, look,
Give me a break.
allegedly, groups of people get together with souped up cars and they allegedly,
Sit in a
Drive
parking
a-
lot and drink beer.
yeah. And then maybe just, talk about each other's cars and how awesome they
They
are.
mingle.
So do you talk to people about how awesome their cars are still?
You mean, do we meet for breakfast in New York and then go have dinner the next day in LA?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, that is freaking awesome.
That
And
was
for
awesome.
And for anybody out there watching this right now, dude, if you have not seen the Mustang, because I've got to talk about the Mustang, that we can't have David Simpson on and not talk about the freaking Mustang. This thing has got to be one of the most immaculate beauties on the planet. I'm a Ford guy. I will admit it. I'm a Ford guy, Ford Ranger. Not the new one. The new one is crap. Screw that thing. But that Mustang, dude, how long did it take you to put that bad boy together? Or girl? It may be a girl. I don't know.
It's
They're
girls.
girls.
Josephine.
Not mine.
It took me a while to everything on that car that it got drug out of the field by a buddy up in Tennessee. It was just rotted out in mud up to the frame for years. And it took me probably 3 or 4 months to make it brand new. Everything that makes it stop or go is new. Brakes, rear end, transmission. We put a Cleveland in it, the Cobra Jet heads. And anyway, that took a couple of months. To make it into the zombie road car took probably a week, less than a week. Because
So you just slapping parts on it.
We had a convention coming up and I said, you know what? I'm going to take this car to the convention. And we just went hog wild. Took about a week to do it.
Okay,
I-
so
But
now
yes.
I have to know, what year is this Mustang?
It's a 1971 Mach 1. With
Oh.
a
Wow.
Cleveland factory full.
Sweet.
And
I
so-
love the muscle cars. That's my
How
weakness.
I think we all do.
how many famous people or famous-ish people have asked at conventions to get a picture either in or by that car?
I think the most famous, when a lot of the Walking Dead people do, because I go to those conventions back when they had them, Walker Stalkers, was Greg,
freaking Rick Grimes, man.
Nick-
Rick, what?
that was a cosplay guy. That wasn't the real dude.
What?
That wasn't that. I wasn't.
Wow.
Yeah,
I got
that wasn't
fooled by a picture.
He did a good job then.
Yeah.
But now you're saying the most famous
But,
was
yeah, dude. Nick, the producer, showrunner, the makeup guy for Walking Dead. He came up and
Yeah.
got this picture with me one
Greg
day. with it.
Nicotero?
yeah,
His last name, Nick and Norman's Nick. What's his last? Nicotero.
Nicotero.
Nicotero. Yeah, Greg Nicotero.
Yeah, yeah. Greg Nicotero. Yeah,
Dude.
yeah. I'm thinking Nick and Norman's.
Oh, that's right. They
I don't know what I'm thinking.
bought a place, didn't they?
It's a great little restaurant down there in Sequoia. Sonoya. Man, I can't speak English today.
I can't speak
But-
English any day.
This is true.
You guys, if you're a car guy, Jack, you might like the next one I'm building. Remember Takeo and his Japanese buddies that ran the hypercars with jet
Yep.
engines on them, the Lamborghinis and Ferraris? I'm building
Yeah.
the Lamborghini Countach with a jet engine,
No shit.
but
Hmm.
not a real Countach. I mean, I don't have Dungeondan's money, so I don't do a real Countach. It's a kit car, but it looks cool. It looks cool.
Dude, that is going to be so badass. And I'm assuming this
Yeah.
is this car is going to make it to conventions, right?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
Sweet, man. And if you could have them
Badass.
both there, like
It's
kinda
got a
nosed
jet
up.
engine on it. It's going to make them real quick to those conventions.
I was gonna say, yeah. And the beauty of something like that is the moment you put that car, especially if you do both cars, have them out there, everyone's coming to your booth. You're not
And
getting.
they're all going to be sporting wood,
Oh yeah,
even the girls.
Yes.
yep.
Yes, we
Not for
it
nothing, man, but
happens. It happens.
one reason I did build the car was because I went to a couple of conventions before, and if you guys have been to shows and conventions and stuff, you got your books out there, and everybody just walks by. Nobody really cares. You got to have something to start a conversation. And I did a laptop and made some video trailers, which is cool. It got people to look. But the car, I said, you know what? I'm gonna put a car in here. Everybody stopped. I talked to everybody. I sold massive amounts of books. Just you get people to stop and talk and engage, and not even trying to sell a book, just talking cars. With car people, it makes the day fly by.
Nice.
Yeah, I love that you post all these photos whenever you go to a show of just all the different people by the car or just in the convention. It's always fun to look at.
Yeah, I
It
love
is.
cosplay people, man.
No, which
That
reminds
is-
me
that
of
is really
Richard.
cool.
Richard sent me a picture earlier. He's at a convention out in East Tennessee right now, and it was a father and a son, and they were both decked out like Ash from Evil Dead, like
Oh,
the
nice.
full gear and everything. And Richard's actually halfway smiling as he points at him. If you know the
No.
normal Rich.
This
look.
is where I call bullshit. He does not smile.
It's not a
No.
full smile. It's not a full smile, but there's a little bit of an uptick.
He's
Just
been
right here
learning
on the
since he's
edges.
retired. He's been learning since he's gotten retired.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is true.
give him time. Give him time. It'll
These
happen.
freaking army guys, they walk around with a scowl all the time.
Yeah, and yet he spent all that time in the Air Force too. So what happened? Did
Well,
this scar his brain?
Yeah, I don't know what
You don't
happened.
get to ask what happened. You
Yeah,
weren't there.
exactly. Yeah,
I'm a vet. I can ask.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
yeah, I don't think yes, I think. Yes.
Very true. Very true. Well, have you thought about, and this is just, from a fan standpoint that I'm asking this, have you thought about doing any kind of a multiverse type deal where you could use Gunny again? Because that was something that it kind of broke my heart a little bit, because I'd become a Gunny guy. And then, as everybody knows that's up with the series, he kind of drifts to the background a little bit, and the main really steps in. But have you ever thought about just doing some stuff with just him, letting him go have his own thing in a different world, dealing with, I don't know, aliens or something, frog people, whatever? Because man, I love
He's
Frog
really
people?
reaching. He's
Dude,
reaching
yeah.
deep.
Dude, I love
Of
me some
all of the-
Gunny.
Of all of the weird
Speaking of
things
frog
in the
people,
world.
Welcome to the real world of
I am writing a, I can't remember what I've told you guys. Hollywood did the script. Did I tell you about the script, the movie script? Yeah,
Mm-mm.
we talk about that.
No, you didn't.
We hadn't got there
Okay.
yet. I was trying to save that, but this is about the right time to get it in. So yeah, hell yeah, everybody. Script time.
Segue into that with Gunny and the frog people. Hollywood had some script writers do a TV series. A TV series never got picked up, but they have a pretty good script. It's a good script. But it's only 48 minutes long, and they want an hour and a half to 2 hour movie script because they couldn't get the TV series made. But my producer is telling me, look, we've got everything in line, everything is in place to do a movie. Movies are way easier than TV because it's less risk for the investors, and they've got Alabama gives a 30% discount tax rebate. Poland gives them something if they get distribution rights in Europe. There's all these, if they hire diverse minorities or something, they get this 20% rebate. Anyway, the movie is basically paid for. They just need a script. So they asked me to write a script, take this original script for the 47-minute script and make it a longer script. And as all of you know, in this politically correct world, my bad guys were not going to survive any kind of Hollywood treatment. So
Yeah.
new bad guys. And Gunny is back. He's in full force, and he is he's doing his thing. It starts from day one, and it's all about Gunny. There's very little. It concentrates on Gunny because it's a movie. It's only an hour and a half long and has to concentrate on one character, not
Right.
Zombie
Wait,
Road had all these characters because it was thousands of pages.
We can't make it 2 hours. Come on, man. Look at the Marvel movies. They're freaking 3 and 4 and
90
9
minutes, man. That's
days.
what they asked.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I don't want to bore people,
No shit, you're not going to. But that you've literally got people running for their lives from zombies that can leap and will just rip your freaking head off. Like, dude, come on now. You can give us 2 hours of that now. Seriously.
So I'll write it. They'll edit it however they want because they own the rights to it. But
that's true.
It's Gunny is back, and it's his show.
Hey, it's funny how that kind of thing works because there's a friend of mine who his dad was in a scene in I think it was The Color Purple, and him as a kid was actually in one of this little scenes, but he wound up on the cutting room floor, as they say. Like his scene didn't make it, so like stuff gets chopped, and that's always where we as fans watching movies, watching TV series, we start complaining because it's like, well, where was this? Where was that? Why didn't this happen? Why didn't that happen? Were there any things where you were just like, you put your foot down and said, this will not disappear from this? It has to be in it.
No, but I did put my foot down and complain because there was some stuff in it I didn't want, but they said, well, we'll take it into consideration. They have the rights. They do whatever they want. But they're good guys, and they really don't want to screw it up because they know it has a big fan base. I don't want to make something that everybody hates. So they asked me to rewrite it. So I'm doing it, trying to do it justice. So it's getting Simpsonized. Some of the I don't know, some of the woke stuff's not going to be in it.
Thank God.
Yes.
We get enough of that everywhere else.
It's
Does not need to be in
everywhere.
our zombie fun. We're
No.
trying to. We want to be entertained.
Yes.
We don't want to be taught. It's like we're here to enjoy the show. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Get off us.
It's pure
Just
entertainment.
like
It's
My
not
Jeff
producers
Simpson
political.
always
understand
said.
that.
Just like Jeff always said, you always said to entertain the leader.
Yeah. You're in the entertainment business. Be entertaining. And the
Boom.
moment they start doing all that woke stuff and like trying to put agenda, and not even just woke, just agendas in general. It's
Any
like, no,
agenda, any
Get outta
agenda
here.
doesn't belong in entertainment whatsoever.
Agreed.
Do that.
So I'm pulling some of that stuff out. But I understand their point of view. I mean, I understand it, because when we're writing books, it's just us, and it's just us. We do whatever we want. I'll write whatever I want. If it doesn't sell, it doesn't sell. You know, I've gotten death threats from Zombie Road. People don't like it. They hate it that much.
What?
Dude, I got
Damn.
creepy stalkers.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, dude, I can
Oh,
tell you stories about the stalkers I have.
Oh, I've seen some
but
of his
I understand
reviews.
They're
Hollywood.
so weird.
It's actually more common than you think.
Yeah.
But no, go
They
ahead.
have millions of dollars invested, millions, and they just want to make their money back. You know, they don't want to make a movie that's so bad. So, you know, they try to appease the masses kind of thing. We got to go to make something that will sell to the most people, you know? So to me, something that will sell to the most people is a politically neutral film. Like you said, don't try to cram your ideology down our throats. Just make a good movie.
Yes.
So that's what
Please.
I'm trying to write.
Yeah, make me walk out of the theater trying to not be talking out loud about how awesome something was and then spoiling it for the person in line. You know, like make me come out of there just excited. Like, dude, that was so badass. You know, I want to do
Dude.
that, you know.
Top Gun, man, that was a great flick. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Fantastic.
Can I ask a gutting question? I forgot. I don't remember if it's in book 3 or not, but the story you wrote of how Gunny got the nickname Gunny, was that based on anybody, or did you just kind of make it up? Yeah, look at the smile.
Most of the
Now,
characters,
now,
almost
now,
all,
we're putting somebody on the
Jesus.
spot.
Oh, Dungeon with
Almost
the
all of the characters. I hope none of my army buddies are watching this. Almost
boy.
all the characters are based on somebody that's real. And that the Gunny incident didn't happen like that, of course. I mean, it's fiction, but there was a very similar Gunny incident with an army guy, and he got the nickname Gunny.
Okay. That was
all know
really
it's a
well
Marine
written.
name.
And that's another reason I like your writing style is your dialogue between vets or military people. It's exactly how we would talk. There's a lot of really good writers, but when it hits their dialogue, it'll pull me away from the story because I'm like, there's no fucking way we would have said that.
Yeah.
You know,
You don't call a sergeant sir. Yeah.
No, you know, and I get it. They don't know, they didn't serve, but at the same time, I've always been under the impression that if you don't know something, you reach out to people who do
Ask.
and have them walk you through it. I know Jeff used to reach out on guns because, you know, he knows about guns, but he doesn't know everything about a gun. So he's like, he'd call up his gun guys going, hey, this is the type of gun I need. How does it really work? I mean, can I do this? And they're like, fuck no. They don't run like that. But
When he needed
Well,
weirdo woo
what
woo
I did-
shit, he'd call me. So
exactly.
What I do if I don't know a gun, I'll just go out and buy it and use it. And it's a tax write-off. Isn't that tax write-off because you're using it for your book?
100%. Oh my
It
God,
is.
you just gave me a loophole.
Holy crap.
Honey,
Now I
guess
know-
how many
now-
guns I'm going to get.
Thanks, David. Now we know how to get our armory set up.
Oh boy.
Oh my
So
God.
excited.
These two are so destined for the ATF alert
Oh
list.
my
Oh,
God.
Pretty sure I'm already on it among
No.
several others.
Oh.
yeah, most of those are porn related though, Dan.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, yeah. You're on
But
the
I get to
creeper
write off
list.
Pornhub because
Ain't-
I write it into
yeah,
my
watching
stories.
all
It's
that evil
research.
leakage.
No, that one's a medical problem.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
that's
Dr.
totally
Bills.
different.
Dr. Bills
at
get
least
right
he's
off.
honest. I appreciate that.
All right, a good friend of mine and Angel's over here, Aiden Collier, just said, loving that gun control because he's over in the UK and
He said
Oh,
gun
yeah.
comment. Gun comment.
gun comment. Oh, is that coming? Shit. Okay, I got
Yes.
sunglasses on, not reading glasses on. Give me a break. Bite me. I can't see.
Thanks, Dan.
Yeah, no. They don't get to carry over there. Their officers don't even carry, which is strange, but
I
hey,
think they get
whatever
paper
works.
cutouts.
It's gonna beat you with a
Oh,
stick.
that's
They
the
get
UK
you-
for
they-
you.
Come here, youngin. With their
That's
little
the United Kingdom for
bobbies.
you.
Yeah, so whatever. But yeah, I never even thought of it that way. It is a freaking write-off.
Damn.
Oh,
Well, going
so
back to the
excited.
cars, are those possibly any kind of a write-off? You know, armoring those things up, can you get some money back on materials bought?
I use them exclusively for Zombie Road promotion. They are a marketing tool.
And therefore, a
marketing
write-off.
write-offs are it's a true write-off.
Mhm.
Marketing write-offs are some of the best tax write-offs there are, because a lot of times you spend $1,000 on whatever and you do your taxes, like, okay, you got $37 knocked off out of that 1,000 for whatever you did. But marketing write-offs are pretty good. So make sure you save all your Amazon and your Facebook, all your adverts, anything you do for marketing, man, business cards, anything. Those are
Yep.
good write-offs.
Okay.
And you
Lee
need to-
Edwards just got on and said, "Hey, all." He's watching.
Yep,
Lee.
that's our boy
Lee
Lee.
Edwards. Mhm.
Yeah, he was
What's up, man?
third. I've always been a fisherman. I like to go out and fish and whatnot, but I'd never been hunting before, like for real. And that guy actually took me out on my first hunt, and I took down 2 hogs that day. So it was pretty cool.
What were
And I
their
did it-
names and what bar?
Lily and Delilah. And by the way, they're really good with Vaseline.
Oof. He took
He
the
brought
boy.
him home.
The goat has got to be pissed.
The goat's jealous.
You talking about the goat was turning the spick. His
Ew.
teeth just,
No,
Damn.
come on, get out of here with that. Now.
Dude,
I know.
okay, you Army guys might appreciate this one. First formation of the day, after the weekend, Monday morning formation. A couple of buddies of mine are bragging. Christina, if you're watching this was your dad. Bragging about these girls they picked up over the weekend. And they're all these girls were so hot, man. We picked them up down at Dyer Street and blah blah blah. And we're all jealous, Army guys, young guys. So I borrowed up my buddy's car at lunch, to go get some food. I come back after lunch for the after lunch formation. And I brought a pair of underwear that I found in the back seat of his car. They were. Are these the girls?
Did they
Yeah,
both
shocking.
fit in there, or was it just one person's?
That's hysterical.
Yeah, I think
Wow.
you remembered incorrectly.
Shots fired.
Oh my God, that's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
On the other hand, they did a good deed and rocked some chunky monkey's world that day.
Oh God, I love and hate my show at the same time. Oh,
But it's mostly Bub.
mostly like 51, 52%. I don't know, maybe something. Anyway,
I guess I guess you can tell what's going on when they're walking out with the bags of flour. Got a date, be back.
Yeah.
I think 20
Oh,
pounds will do it.
oh boy. Damn it. All right, guys, we have finally come to the end of what has been probably an international disaster by the time it's all said and done. I'm sure we pissed off at least 2/3 of America, because frankly, it doesn't really take much to piss off 2/3 of America these days. They get mad
Yeah.
about everything. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, America, I like bacon. The internet just exploded. You don't have to go look. Trust me, it happened right now. There are people that are pro bacon that are like, no, don't hurt the bacon. They're there. Anyway, David A. Simpson, man, thank you so much for coming on with us today. Once again, you killed it. You up there in the hills. You got the spot, which, by the way, we're going to need a DM over that address so we know where to go when the shit hits the fan. Yeah, trust me, we'll help. We'll farm. We'll do stuff. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense. Everything will be wonderful. But man, dude, you are one of my favorite authors of all time. So like having you on today, later start. I know a lot of people are confused. They're like, wow, where are y'all? We're coming on at 4. We'll be on at 4. Be on at 4.
My
Go
bad.
on.
My bad.
But
I'm sorry.
no, man, you are a genius with the Zombie Road, with everything you got going on. And you keep pushing. You're an inspiration to people like me, to like Jen, to like Dan, to like Angel,
Yes.
that you can succeed if you just go do it. Put your mind to it, put your heart into it. And you have done that. And thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Yeah.
But as I always end this happy festivity. Jenn Amato, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on Facebook or on my my website. You can find me at Angry Eagle. See,
Mhm.
you can you can find me at angryeaglepublishing.com. You can find my books on Amazon under the name Jenn Amato. The group is my first series. I am looking at having my third book out hopefully around October 23rd.
Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah. So really excited getting that first series wrapped up. Very excited about that. And then I'm moving on and working on like about 5 other projects. So
That makes
Yeah.
you a writer. That's kind of how that
yes.
works.
Yeah.
You're just writing. Ain't nothing done, but you're writing. And that's what matters.
That's right.
Dungeondan, how is the progress going on the stuff you got happening in your world?
Good.
I'm sure-
Just
I was
finished a short story for Word Peddler. Haven't submitted it yet. I still have to go in and fix the boo-boos. And first
Good.
book, I'm still talking to Angry Eagle about that. And
Sweet.
then I've already started part 2 on that book. And I started blocking out the Jenn Amato plan. We'll just leave it at that.
Mm.
I like
I
hearing
have a
that right
couple.
there.
So there's 2.
The one with the lesbians. I'm all into that.
Of course he's on
Oh,
that.
boy.
Okay.
These are the people that I call my co-hosts. Oh, freak.
And friends.
you
What do
like
you
it.
mean?
Angel Ramon, save the day. Where can everybody find you?
All right. So you can
Nice.
find me on Angel Ramon. You can find me on Amazon, on the Facebook. I'll be releasing Pina Canals and Wax Book 2 this coming Friday. I'm only 2 away from 90 pre-orders. I mean, this series is kicking butt. Everybody seems to like Jack the most, of course. Although I have gotten some hate mail from people who practice that religion that's in chapter 60 of book 1. Yeah, I've gotten some hate mail from them. So, yeah. So now you know, Jack, you're not. I'm not perfect. Yes, Jenna, and you will be getting book 2 very soon. I'm waiting for the
Yep. Here's book
shipment to
1.
come in. And so David Simpson knows. So I know the pain of getting hate mail. I've gotten them too. So there you
Yeah,
go.
of
I
course,
have to write my own.
of course, the people that are hating on him could literally turn him into a frog. So, that's kind of a thing. Sticking with the frog format. And no, Dan, I'm not switching species. I'm still a goat guy. Fuck you.
Just checking.
Yeah. Anywho, Mr. Simpson, thank you again so much for coming on with us. It's humbling that you tolerated our idiocy for an entire hour. We are who we are. We're just buddies hanging out, having a good time, and hanging out with a cool author, which you are a beyond the level of cool author.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
you are a badass, and we love you, and we want nothing more than ultimate success for you. We want you to surpass Kirkman. Of course, you should be able to surpass him with what you've got. Anyway, I'll get off that soapbox. Where can everybody find you?
I am the featured guest on Dungeondan's Erotica website. So
All right, fair enough.
Awesome.
I'm subscribing right now. Hang on.
I am sending
I'm-
you another gallon of oil, my friend.
I am looking for this right freaking now. I've got to find this.
please don't let me do that
my
one thing
dude,
again.
dude, did you literally put that there? Oh,
Yeah. Where else can I put
Anyway,
it?
that was impressive. It was impressive.
Wow.
Dude, my books are on Amazon. The newest series is the Solar Tsunami, and it's an EMP series, and it is definitely different. I listen to a lot of EMP books to try to not copy what anybody else has done, and this one's different. This was definitely different. Probably be out 1, 2, 3 in maybe December. I don't know. Just
All right.
David Simpson fan club on Facebook, and how I'll keep you updated with whatever.
Outstanding.
Freaking love it. Of course, now that does bring up another question. How often do you, even when you were doing the zombie series, did you check other stuff to not copy? I mean, how big a deal is that to not copy?
Once I started, well, there's nothing original. None of us have any, we're using the
No.
same words everybody else uses, just put them in a different order kind of thing.
Mhm.
Dude, there's all kinds of Easter eggs in Zombie Road that's just nods to other stories, other writers, and mine weren't original. I just used trucks, which have been used dozens of times before in different scenarios. I just mixed them in with zombies, and I'm not even the first to do that. I think C.A. Hoax did that before I did. And she's got
Death
a
in
zombie
Texas.
series that has a lot of trucks
Or
in it.
Dead in Texas.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They're good. So yeah, no, I don't really worry about plagiarizing because I don't do it. Not if I do, it's unintentional. It's just there's only so many ways to write about zombies, and there's situations that you get in.
Very true. Very true. All right. Well, I don't know where that last question came from. It just popped in my head there at
It
the
was a
end.
good one
Yeah.
for once.
Shut up,
Damn.
Dan.
Eagles. There we go.
Boom.
There,
There you
I
go.
feel better.
You got
I
him. You
feel
got him.
better.
All right. Well, for Dickhead Dungeondan Uebel, Jenn Amato, Potato, Tomato, Amato, Angel, my main man Ramon, and the one and only, the legendary, the soon to be a video game guy, David
Yeah.
A. Simpson. I am Jack Childress. This is the Book Asylum podcast. We will see you next week. Peace out.
Take it easy, guys.